Well, hello again. It is nighttime. I am dressed to go to sleep. I have on this little short summer dress. But anyway, this story time is going to be about my on and off Pisces ex boyfriend Terrell. Okay, so I've made several story times about Terrell once before, and I've already mentioned that he and I both went to the same middle school and high school. But in high school and in middle school, we didn't really get along. We always used to roast each other, curse each other out, and just talk shit to each other. But he and I are still friends to this day. He still comes to see me to this day. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the first and only time that he broke my heart. Okay, so I'm going to say 2 years later, after the situation with me and him on Facebook, after that situation boiled over, um, he wasn't with his girlfriend anymore. And this was 2014 because it was the year 2012 when he and I was poking each other on Facebook, and he knew he had a girlfriend and stuff. I knew he had a girlfriend too, but like at that time, I'm just keep it honest, I did not care. But I know that sounds harsh, but it was what it was back then. Um, he After that situation boiled over on Facebook between he and I, in the year 2014, I had moved into my own um, apartment. Me and my daughter. My daughter was little then; she was still in elementary school. So he um, he and I had was talking on Facebook again. We got each other's phone number, and he was asking me if he could come over and see me. And so I did. I said, yeah, you can. I gave him the address. And I've made a story time about that also once before. Uh, Once all that happened, he became like obsessively coming to see me on the regular. Every day, I'm going to say Monday through Friday, before that he would go to work on his mechanic job. He would come to my house and we would hook up. But then he started coming over to see me on his well, coming over to see me during the daytime. And everything seemed cool and everything, but then he started back coming over to my house like at 4 to 5 a.m. in the morning. Those are hours when I be knocked out, sleep, and he knew that. So one particular morning, I was knocked out sleep. I was dozed off. And I didn't know that I was supposed to listen for him to come over or for him to call me or text me. So I just went to sleep. And then I noticed when I woke up hours later, there was a storm going on outside and it was raining really bad. And then I looked at my phone and I seen 20 missed calls from him. I seen that he had texted me and said, "Hey, what you doing? Wake up. I'm at the door." And I'm like, oh my God. Because, like, he would do that. Sometimes he wouldn't even tell me that he was coming over, but he would come over. And, at this particular time, when that happened, I was like, oh my God. This nigga is mad at me. But I'm human. I'm not no robot. I get tired and I shut down just like anybody else. And he should know that, because whenever I used to repeatedly call him or text him and he would miss my phone calls and stuff, all of a sudden I didn't have the right to get mad at him, because he would say, well, I have a job and I work. But yeah, so like I was saying, on that particular day that I woke up and I seen that I had 20 missed calls from him, and he texted me and he let me know that he came by. And I tried calling him, he didn't answer. I tried texting him, he didn't answer. And so later on that day, after I took my daughter to school, I tried calling him again. And he was on his lunch break at this time. He's like, "What you want?" I said, "Look, I apologize, I was asleep when you called and came over." He's like, "That's no excuse." With his narcissistic ass, he's like, "You're supposed to always be listening for me. And don't you know I was at that door knocking for hours? You better start listening for me." And then he's like, "Don't call me no more, I'm at work." And then he hangs up in my face. So then I get mad. I take a seat and I start to take a drink of water. And I start thinking, I'm like, why is he mad? Like, well, I knew why he was mad, but he just went off on me. Then he hung up in my face. So then I decided to be petty and I texted him some shit like, first of all, you don't even pay my bills. You only took me out twice. You don't really do nothing with me. You said you was gonna come. You said you was gonna let me spend the night at your house, and you haven't let me spend the night at your house yet. I don't know how long you think this shit between me and you supposed to be going on, but you're getting on my nerves. I don't have to be woke. But yeah, and I texted him a whole paragraph just talking shit, because my feelings was hurt because he hung up in my face. Tell me why the next day this dude called me and he was like, we needed to talk. We need to have a talk. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. He's like, First of all, what do you think we are? I'm like, what do you mean, what do I think we are? He's like, you seem to think in your mind that we are girlfriend and boyfriend, and that's not what it is between you and I. You and I are just friends. I'm like, you mean friends with benefits? You are confused, not me. I know what we are. You don't ask me what do I think we are. The fuck? He's like, what you getting mad for? I'm like, because you act as if you don't come over here every day, and you do. And I let you come over here anytime you want to and everything, and you keep playing with my feelings. He's like, I'm gonna tell you this, and I need you to listen. It's over between you and I. Don't call or text me anymore, and I did not appreciate that text message that you sent me while I was at work. You was wrong for that. He's like, we're done. I was like, I started crying and I started begging. I was like, please, 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 please forgive me. I'm sorry. I was just upset. He was like, I don't care. He said, and I kept begging him, kept saying, please, please, please. He was like, did you hear me? I'm like, yes. He's like, I said, it's over. And then he hung up in my face again. I must have cried for 3 days. For 10 days, I didn't eat. I was like going through a very deep depression because I was in love with him, but I just did not expect him to be out of the blue to just tell me that it's over. Because first of all, you're going to tell me, what do I think we are? Then you're going to say that we're over. And I'm getting a little bit emotional because I remember how I felt back then at that moment, because I didn't feel like I did anything for him to like break things off with me. But yeah. But that's a story about me and Terrell. My on and off again Pisces ex-boyfriend. We are now friends. But yeah, I'm about to end this video, and I will come back tomorrow with another video for y'all. But until then, stay blessed.